6:45, the top stories you need to know in today's Sunrise Smart Start for the 1st of August. RPD is moving a mobile command post to a different part of Rochester over to Scio Street. That unit is coming from its former home in the Genesee section, the post there to try to stop an increase of violence. This is the same area where 40-year-old Scios Rios was shot and killed on his porch last month. That in part inspired this decision to move the command unit. There have also been numerous other shootings there, and neighbors, according to what police are telling us, want them there. Police say that community they're hearing is just sick of all the crime.
As all part of our comprehensive violence prevention plan that we've enacted this summer. So this is by no means a zero tolerance program. As I've said many times, that era of policing is over. Certainly not going to happen on my watch. So we're going to be here trying to get to know the residents. And like I said, Captain Lucian wrote the plan for this. He's already identified the problems in the area.
This is one of 2 mobile units around the city, if you're wondering. Also on the ground there at Scio will be with RPD, will be state troopers, members of MCSO, and members of the parole board. There's no time frame that's been publicly announced for how long they plan to be in that part of the city. Rochester police have just made an arrest for a shooting last month. A 17-year-old is charged in connection to the shooting on Flint Street. That was July 21st. Another 17-year-old boy was shot. And while he is expected to survive, police call his injuries life-altering. We're told the minor arrested in this case had an outstanding warrant. He is charged with assault and criminal possession of a weapon for this new arrest. Monroe County deputies say they've arrested a man wanted for the rape of a 14-year-old earlier this year. When they got the call, they responded to URMC in April for the report of a rape. They say 50-year-old Michael Robertson from New Jersey took off, left the state after committing the crime. He's since been brought here to New York to face charges of sex abuse and rape. A family is in mourning after a deadly motorcycle crash Sunday night on Empire Boulevard. 24 hours after 35-year-old Chaz Walker died, loved ones got together, pleading for answers. That included Walker's friends and family, all comforting one another for a vigil last night at the scene of Sunday's accident. Police tell us multiple people saw Walker, witnessed him traveling fast on his bike when he collided with a truck he was trying to pass on the right and then hit a pole. But we heard from one man who says that's not exactly what he saw.
Chaz Walker, he was a mentor, he was a leader, and he was very good at what he did. He respected cars, bikes, and I want the news to have it right. What happened here was a freak accident. I was too close. I was in paper toss distance of what happened. I seen it, and he couldn't have avoided it.
Here's the truck police are looking for. It's believed to be the one captured in these images. It is a newer model black Chevy Silverado 2500 with chrome mirrors and door handles. It could also have a busted passenger side tail light. If you have any info that can help, please call Irondequoit Police in 911. To the Finger Lakes, a man is in custody after restraining a person who had an order of protection against him. That is according to Canandaigua Police. 25-year-old Tyler Ferrier is charged with 2 counts of criminal contempt and is being held at the Ontario County Jail. Additional charges are pending. Authorities add the victim was not injured. Several cannabis dispensaries in our area are shut down, accused of selling products without a license. I'm Stuck, that's the name of this business. It has locations throughout the state, owned by David Tully. State Attorney General Tish James announced the I'm Stuck dispensaries in Auburn, Lyons, Macedon, Ontario, Pulaski, and Williamson are all padlocked shut. According to James's office, Tully was illegally selling unregulated cannabis products at those stores. Investigators note they also found store clerks selling to minors. The crackdown, we're told, was made possible under a new state law that grants the AG some new authority to take action against unlicensed dispensaries. After a number of people seeking emergency shelter were put at the Motel 6 in Gates, Monroe County is now in the process of moving them out. County officials are citing concerns with sanitary conditions. They say the Department of Social Services will no longer put clients in that facility. They'll be moving the remaining individuals, we're told, by Friday. We did reach out to Motel 6 for comment and have yet to hear back with a response. The first of 2 supermoons in August is tonight. The first, known as the Sturgeon moon, that'll appear 16% brighter than the average moon. The second one coming up the end of the month at the 30th. That will be a rare blue moon that only takes place about once every 3 years. Sunrise traffic 10 minutes to go until 7 o'clock. We've looked okay all morning long on the roads and appears that way as well. Still here approaching the 7 o'clock hour on the expressways. We will check your Tuesday morning commute coming up again at 7:25. Now that it's August, we have to start getting into back-to-school season, right, for all the kids in town. That means it's time for you parents to start shopping, and we know buying new supplies every year really adds up, especially if you have more than one student. Well, for the second year running, the Hilton Central School District is offering its school supplies program. This is part of the budget. The district provides items to every kid there. The superintendent says this does so much to help families save a lot of money.
If you are a family of 2 to 5 students, you can spend a lot of money on school supplies. Clothing, that's another thing. But as far as some of the paper products, the pens, the calculators, etc., I think it's going to put a pretty big dent in a household budget.
Rockport Schools also doing this for students, providing supplies for each kid for free. Just a great initiative there from the districts. Some students from Rochester City Schools are keeping their skills sharp this summer while building connections for the future. They're in this program called Acceleration University. It's in its second year. Incoming 9th graders go to St. John Fisher, taking courses to help them get ahead before the start of the new school year and the fall. The enrichment classes range from nursing to arts and science. School leaders say these courses help students and the university get ready for what's to come in the future.
At the end of the semester of summer, they're going to let us know, the students, what school they're most interested in. The deans will get their contact information, and we hope to cultivate those relationships over the years in hopes that maybe they'll become Fisher students.
The program also gives kids a great idea of what it's like to be on a real campus, especially since the university, we know it's the summer, but it's very busy with everything going on with Bill's Camp. Students at Virtus All Boys High School already have day one of the new school year in the books. This is a year-round charter school in Rochester. The shortened summer break for students has ended, and the scholars went back to class for day one yesterday. We're told it's a benefit for educators and these boys.
It's one of our pillars, so we're founded on 4 pillars, one of which is personalized year-round academics, and we really believe strongly that our students need school year-round, right? There's all the talks about learning loss. If you follow anything in education, they talk about the summer loss, and we don't have that here, and we like to keep our students active, safe, and engaged.
By starting this early, school officials explain teachers are able to develop a better relationship with their students to help them reach their full potential. The U.S. women's national team is moving on. It wasn't pretty this morning, barely avoiding the biggest upset in tournament history at the Women's World Cup in New Zealand and Australia. So getting out of the group stage, they needed a win or a draw against Portugal, and the teams ended up drawing 0-0. This was the first time in history the U.S. only won 1 game in the group stage. Now they're moving on to the round of 16, where it's likely they will face Sweden, and that'll be coming in the days to come. Let's take you now inside the huddle. Just 7 months ago, he nearly died, with millions watching on Monday Night Football. And now Demar Hamlin is back in full pads, practicing again for the first time with his teammates. While it's still not the full-on tackle football we'll see in week 1 of the regular season, Hamlin says the first contact he had, the first hit with another player, was a bit frightening. And we can't even imagine what he's going through, but it shows the tremendous progress he's made. And here he is talking after practice yesterday about what keeps him going.
Pretty much lost my life playing this sport, you know what I'm saying? So to come back and do it all over again, it's just it's all over the place, you know what I mean? But I'm rooted in my faith. I'm rooted in, the love that I receive from my family, my teammates, and the love all around the world. That it keeps me going.
Just incredible. Also at practice, Hamlin's family, a big support system. His parents and younger brother, Demar. Hamlin and Demar were playing catch after practice was done, and then there they are playing right there with Hamlin, getting the fumble there, and then they went over to help sign autographs with Demar, helping him there, grabbing the jerseys and the footballs. Well, of course, the big story, of course, out of practice yesterday was Hamlin. There was the first injury scare for the Bills at training camp, and thankfully, including 17, everyone seems to be okay. During a red zone drill, Josh Allen went out for a pass on a trick play. Teron Johnson gave him a decent shot, played him like a receiver. Allen was a bit slow to get up, pointed towards his chest, and had a slight limp at first. Practice was wrapping up for the morning, so we don't know if he would have stayed out there, but after practice, he seemed fine, signing plenty of autographs. You got to be careful. Cincinnati Bengals, they lost Joe Burrow. He was running out, strained his calf, and then you wonder what could happen. Super Bowl dreams like that.
Yes.
But fingers crossed, Allen's all right.
And his golf season probably over.
Yep.
I'm thinking he probably doesn't do a ton of golf
Wonder
during
if he
the
sneaks
year.
out to Oak Hill, where he's a member during this. They got an off day coming up.
Yes, I think the answer is probably yes to that, but it's on the hush-hush. If you are thinking about playing golf, just picture perfect out there. Sunscreen, maybe the wide-brimmed hat, sunglasses, and should be perfect. No wind to deal with as well. Just a great afternoon and evening. Sunset after 8:30. We've got the moon out there as well. It's the super moon, the sturgeon moon as we are calling it. And going to be a blue moon because we've got one now and then one at the end of the month. So otherwise, it's just picture perfect around the region, Brendan. That 85 on Thursday, that's a lot closer to where we should be this time of year. But we're not, just lower than that.
For now, just step out and feel that cool air. Have a great Tuesday, everybody. We'll see you back here in half an hour. CBS Mornings coming your way next.
Follow News 8 wherever you are on RochesterFirst.com, Facebook, Twitter, and on our app for news and weather.